You know, my first day on the set, they had built this big scaffolding for us to stand on with heavy bricks tied to our penises. I mean, wow, was that like just the craziest way to come back after 10 years for me.
Hi, Stephen. Hi, Billy.
Hey, how
Hello,
are you?
Hannah.
What do you think is the stupidest stunt you've ever done?
Well, they're all pretty stupid. That's a tough, this is one of the tougher questions we've had.
Aaron for getting hit in his nuts the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say Knoxville with the Bulls is, you know, terribly ill-advised and awfully difficult to witness.
But you getting a hook put in your mouth and getting cast out to the sea in chummed up waters as bait for a shark, that was pretty ill-advised too.
Yeah.
What's your best animal encounter?
Oh God, you know what? I just recently matadored bull sharks actually I can't tell where I did it because of shark rules. I stopped right before right before I was about to like get attacked, but they crushed my camera. I got real lucky, and that's exactly what you want because it doesn't go like, you don't get kind of hurt with sharks.
Who's had the closest call? Like literally they very nearly died and there would have been Jackass funeral.
It would have been Knoxville with the rocket when it misfired and came out the side, and it just would have passed through his entire body.
It was like a foot-long metal rod. Yeah, there's been a few close, I've had a few close calls, so.
You live to tell the tale.
Yeah, sitting here today. They got me propped up with grip clips and some Duvetine.
What's the most gross out moment for you?
Zach Seafood.
Oh
Seafood
yeah.
Cocktail. The new guy, Jackass, we did a sweat seafood cocktail on him, and everybody ate a piece of the sushi
To make ceviche, I guess.
of his steamy body.
Yeah. We had him working out
Ceviche.
for a while. Which later, some of the pieces we didn't even find. They fell out during the shower like days later.
And in bed. In his bed.
Oh God.
Biggest scaredy cat? Not that there's a lot of you, but who's the one who kind of takes that little bit longer to kind of agree to do stuff?
As it relates to the pranks that happen on the set, I think Wee Man is the most afraid of something bad happening. Like, you can't sit him down in a chair without him checking underneath it, looking above it. Like, he puts so much effort into avoiding being pranked that I don't understand it. So
He's hyper vigilant.
What is your most WTF moment from the entire 20 years?
There's probably stuff I can't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is a funny one in Jackass #2, where there's an electric stool and it's shocking Wee Man, and he thinks it's the car guy throwing the cards at his butt. And then finally he's like, no, I figured it out. I figured it out.
Where's the machine?
There's a card throwing machine. And we're just like, wow. Wow.
That was the hardest that I had ever laughed at a Jackass bit. And then now in the new movie, there's a bit called The Silence of the Lambs. And I absolutely laughed way harder than that. That's now the hardest thing I've ever laughed.
You know what the WTF moment for 20 years is that we're still going after 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This might be the toughest one, but who is officially the biggest jackass of all time?
I think that there's different criteria that we're gonna have to consider.
Different guys do different things.
I mean, if you're talking the biggest douchebag, then I've got that by a mile.
No, come on. See? All this self-loathing. We're going to have a talk after this interview, Steve-O. You're wonderful.
It depends on how you're saying it.
It is.
Yeah, it could be Knoxville in one form.
We all have our kind of thing that we've all brought in, and it became what Jackass is.
Yeah.
We're all like pissing through the same straw, pardon my language.
I will not be drinking from that straw, but thank you so much. What was it like? Everyone coming back together to make this film. Was it like a magnificent moment for you guys?
You know, my first day on the set, they had built this big scaffolding for us to stand on with heavy bricks tied to our penises. And our job was to drop the brick off the scaffolding. And for just a couple of us, the string would be too short. I mean, wow, was that like just the craziest way to come back after 10 years for me. and as soon as we were there, just right away, any doubts about whether we were going to operate at the level that we've established in the past were just, all concerns were gone.
Yeah, nothing is as fun as making a Jackass film.
Well, I
didn't even have I didn't have a penis, but like my phantom penis really like recoiled at that thought of like, I was just like, you've got a load of newcomers who are not just, you know, do their own things, but they're massive fans of you guys as well. So what was it like to see them doing these stunts with you?
Yeah, they just fit in perfectly. You know, we poured bottles of hot sauce down their butts the first day of work.
And it was for footage.
It was for footage, yeah. You know, hot sauce enema, I think it's called. But you know, I got some poured down my pee hole, so it wasn't like I didn't get out of it either. But everyone fit in great, and everyone just like came out hard on this one.
We didn't really have to push them too hard to get them to do stunts. We actually had to kind of reel them in a little bit and say, hey, just wait for the cameras to be set up.
Oh, Eric Monaco was like the worst about that. If we had to do a stunt, he would just take off and do it. I'm like, Eric, they don't even have the cameras on their shoulders yet. You have to do that again now. Like we're doing a cup test with a hockey player, PK Subban, right? And before, Eric's skating around and he skates straight into the glass as hard as he could. I'm like, Eric, no one was filming. If you're gonna do something like that, tell the cameraman. He's bleeding from his lip. He's like, okay.
Is there a stunt that you've always dreamed of doing, but you've never been able to make it possible?
One thing that it kind of is a dream, like the intro to this movie is really huge. An idea fell on our lap that we were filming a bit, and we realized it was way too good for just a bit, and we had to make it the intro. And it's the most, not only amazing Jackass intro, the most amazing movie intro ever. And you'll know when you see it.
This intro should be a movie itself.
And who knows, maybe it will become a spin-off movie. We had like the foremost experts in all these fields to participate in the most demented act. But yeah, it came out amazing and everyone rocked it. Yeah, oh God. I think even during filming it, Dave England got burnt a little bit and they had to drop him off at the emergency room and they didn't properly explain themselves to the staff and they thought he was a homeless person. And they brought in a social worker because he has a missing tooth and he was dressed like kind of scummy.
All he had was like a white t-shirt and just a pair of pants on. Didn't have his phone, no wallet. He just looked scraggly, like something just happened.
He was a little disheveled.
Yeah, and so they thought a homeless guy was coming in to get help.
I'm trying to tell you, I was making a movie. And they thought he was crazy.